Sunshine Wild Pack, it's Bernadette, and I'm here with your Pick a Card Daily Tarot reading for Tuesday, July 13th, 2021. But I'm going to tell you it's Monday night. And the reason that I'm filming this on Monday night is I was told to. I was sitting there just taking a break. And as I've shared with you all, right now I'm completely engrossed in Catherine Skaggs' book, Artist, Shaman, Healer, Sage. If you don't have this book and you care a fig about shamanism, working with the natural world, discovering what the artist is in you, or being able to remove blocks or get out of traps that I'm gonna cry just even saying that word. Ooh, give me a second. Ooh, that's what that was the thing when I read that. I'll get to that in a minute, but give me a second. Let me get my composure, because traps. If you care anything about removing anything that's holding you back from being your most creative self, and I don't care if you work in a laundromat, I don't care if you're a CPA, I don't care if you're a hardcore scientist, I don't care if you're an actual artist. I mean, I care, okay? But it's your creative self, your healer self, your shamanic self, your artist self, you're all of those things. And it's important, it is so important right now in this moment when you're watching this video that you get that and you start to claim it. Now, let me just say, so I've always had a fascination with the four directions and what they mean and how they feel to me and that kind of thing. And I am the direction of the West. I'm the bear. So I'm the time of introspection and, that kind of thing. But today, tomorrow, okay, but it's today, is the sacral chakra day, and that's orange. And that's why I'm in orange, right? Okay. So then I was reading Catherine's book in a ratty t-shirt. So be glad I put on something nice, because I'd been gardening for an hour and I was sweaty and miserable, as you can tell by the Brillo pad hair that does that in the humidity in Florida. But I started reading, and I had such a reaction to it, such an emotional reaction. I don't remember exactly what I was reading, but it talked about the shadow of a particular. Oh, excuse me. It is in the South. See, I'm so discombobulated because I have so much that Spirit wants to share with you all. Forgive me. So, it's not story hour, but it's kind of story hour. But this is what really, 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 really lit me up from the flow up. Now, the South, the direction of the South, and there is a tarot card and an animal ally that matched this. Okay. And we're going to get to that in a second, but the spirit of the South is the fire, and it's summer, and it's all that blazing glory, heat, just beautifulness, right? But the shadow of the self is being trapped. And when I read, I'd never ever, meaning the shadow medicine of the South, I'd never read that or heard that before anywhere. I've got to believe somebody has, but Catherine is the first time I've read it, about there being a shadow medicine of each direction. And it's going to bear me looking into, because I'm putting together these 6-month-long and year-long medicine wheel readings that I've experimented with. Like, I had one, this incredible psychic medium from Arthur Findlay College. Her name is Maureen Mornin. I'll put the link to her Facebook down in the comments below, or in the notes below. But she's the first time I ever had a medicine wheel reading. I'm still it was 2 years ago, and I'm still going, what? It changed my life. So I've been studying with her, and I'm ready to do those readings, and I'm putting them together. So I'm really deep diving into the directions and the co-directions, like, if it's south or southeast or northwest or whatever. I'm telling you, these readings, I cannot wait to give them to the world, because I've just never seen anything that's like this. I just never have. So, but Catherine is the first one that I've heard talk about shadow medicine. And when I got to this part, and it reads, the shadow medicine of the South is the trap, I busted out in tears and started shaking. That's not like me. I mean, I get teary-eyed all the time because, you know, triple Scorpio cream puff. That should be a brand of Starbucks coffee, triple Scorpio cream puff. But anyway, or a donut at Dunkin'. But I hate it when people are trapped. Yes, hate. I loathe, despise, abominate. I abhor. I won't do it. If people, situations try to trap me, that's not going to go well for that situation or that person that's trying to do that. And I don't allow it. And I have come to the place where I hope that I don't allow myself to trap myself, because that's just the worst of all. But being the animal person that I am, you've got to imagine that when I think of animal traps, I'm sure you know the visuals that come to my mind. And as I share with you all, I get visions, right? So that's never going to go well for me. This reading is not about me. It's about you all in the biggest, I don't even know. This may even be the biggest reading ever. I don't even know. But when I thought of you all being trapped or being held back, not blocked, but literally trapped by something or someone, oh my gosh, I can't. I just can't. So if you're in that situation or you're trying to help somebody in that situation, this is the reading for you on this day. Right now, in this moment, this is the reading for you. And what it's asking you to do is really start tapping into the energy of the South and the medicine of the South, which is, you know, in Native American lore, the South energy belongs to wolf. And, you know, it's the summertime, and it's a sun, it's a bright, like the solar plexus chakra is yellow. The sacral chakra is the orange, fiery part of the sun. And all I can hear in my head is burning down the house, burning down the house. It's almost like you're going to have to burn down some houses, maybe inside of yourself, maybe outside of yourself. Not literally. So please don't anybody write me and say, I lit fire to my ex-husband or ex-wife's car. Don't do that. Although one of the funniest things I've ever seen is, if y'all ever saw that movie Waiting to Exhale, like 1,000 years ago, with Whitney Houston and Angela Bassett, and, you know, all the best actresses out, well, a lot of the best actresses out there. And there's this scene where she takes her ex-husband's stuff and she drives him his brand new BMW off, you know, right toward a cliff. And then she puts all of his really expensive stuff in there. And she sprinkles it with lighter fluid. And then she lights a cigarette, takes one puff and says, poof. And she flips that. Then the whole car says, pff, as she walks away doing this. Hilarious. Okay. But here's the thing. There's a shift that you're being called to make in this moment, in this week, in this month, in this year, inside of yourself. And it's a forever shift. And I'd like to read to you what this means. Catherine writes, the South is the cycle of summer at full bloom. That's different than the spring, when things are starting to emerge and starting to look like they're going to bloom. This is you, baby, in your full glory, all of your blossoming, all of your opening, all of your everything. That's it. This is it for you in this moment. And you're going to extricate yourself from any traps that you have, including your own. And so she says, I totally am fangirling on Catherine right now. We've been BFFs forever, but I'm totally fangirling on her. And you can bet I'm going to send her this video because I'm fangirling on her. But Catherine writes, when we walk into the South within our own life flow, we find that it is the energy of beautiful plants blooming in the midday of the summer sun, bringing great color and abundance into our lives. It is the fullness of our hearts and the blooming of our relations, our work, our family, and our joys. The midday sun's energy shines fully on our life, shedding light on all life we are creating. It is a well-tended garden of overflowing, nourishing gifts from Mother Earth. I don't know. It's like she's the Walt Whitman of woo-woo. I don't even know. And yes, the South is associated with the midday summer sun. And you might think, well, that really might correlate a little more to the solar plexus chakra. But I think it bounces back and forth between them. And when you're talking about that kind of heat in the midday sun, y'all ever been in the desert in the midday sun? That's orange. That is not yellow. That's orange. And here is the artwork that she created for that. This is her, what am I doing? This is her, what am I doing? I don't even know how to do this. This is her Spirit of the South image. And just look at all that imagery in there. It's, we could talk about this for another hour, right? But let me get it a little bit closer. And see all those eyes looking at you from out of the sun? That's right. The eyes are on you, baby. And there are two hearts in the palms of your hand. So it's about your tribe. It's about your boundaries. It's about your generosity. It's about your connection. And she writes, the South expands light to illuminate the heart and grow our dreams. The Spirit of the South is here to assist you in opening your heart. It brings the energy of the sun to earth, joining with water and soil, with the water and soil of Mother Earth to give abundant life. The sun is the heart of the solar system and connects to the heart in our bodies. When we connect with the sun, we set up a greater electrical frequency from our heart to our brain, from our spirit to our body and personality. I could go on reading and reading and reading about this, but at the end of the day, I don't even know that people still refer to things as their dream anymore. I talk to a lot of people that are so disassociated with what a dream really is for them. They're not even despondent. They don't feel anything. That is, now all I can hear is the Top Gun song, you know, right into the danger zone. Danger zone. That's all I can hear. That's not good. That's dangerous. That's dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. Nobody needs to, y'all need to be any way you want to be, but that's dangerous. So in Catherine's book, she brings the lion in as a great animal to work with for the South. And in the Ark, the lion is the strength card. And I was like, oh my gosh. Now, she did not write that book. I feel confident she did not write that book with the Ark in mind. In fact, I know she didn't. I mean, come on now. But in the moment that I was called to do this reading for y'all in this way, which is very different than anything that I've ever put out for y'all before, I knew that it was the right animal, no matter what any other culture pairs with the South, the medicine of the South. In this moment, it is the strength card, because the strength teaches you love wins. You know, in the traditional Rider-Waite card, which I didn't pull, I'll look for now. But in the traditional Rider-Waite card, and Joel's on vacation, by the way, so these videos aren't edited because I don't know nothing about editing schmediting. That's why I have Joel, and for that and many other things. But so I've got to look for the card to hold up. But in the traditional tarot card meanings of the Rider-Waite card, you've got this, you know, beautiful lady, and she's bent over this lion, and it looks like she is subduing the lion. But she's not. The lion, with all of his roar and his pomp and his circumstance and his fearsomeness, loves her. And she loves him, not into submission, but into connection. And that's what's got to be the thing for you all today, is that you've got to work with the Spirit of the South. You've got to work with the sun. You've got to work with the fire. You've got to work with lion. You've got to work with the strength card, because really, honestly, that's it. Oh my gosh, y'all. You don't have to make yourself do anything. You have to love yourself into it and love yourself out of it. That's it. You are the lion. And you've got to be your own maiden that tames the lion with all of the love that she puts out. Okay. I hope that made sense. It made sense in my psychic mind as I still look for this card, because there's another symbol on this card I want to show you all. But honestly, if you're in a place where you're trying to make yourself do something, and you're like, why can't I do it? Why can't I do it? Why is this not happening? Why can't I? And here comes the negative self-talk. Why can't I be more responsible? Why can't I be more mature? Why can't I be strong enough? Why can't I be smart enough? It's why can't I be enough? You're already enough. You're already your own healer. You're already your own healer. You know, there's a big hypothesis in the Reiki world that I think makes total sense. You ever notice when somebody gets a boo-boo, the first thing they do is put their hand over it? Why is that? Why is that? Could it be that long, long ago, and we've just forgotten how we knew we were healers, and the first thing we did was put our healing hands with the hearts in the middle of the palm of our hand over whatever and healed it? I can't prove it, but I believe it. So here's the strength card in the traditional, and I use the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, right? That's the foundation for the Arc, which is my deck, which is what I work with. Well, I couldn't remember. I just want to show you all. You see the infinity symbol above her head? That's why at the beginning of this reading, I was like, okay, this change, this is going to be lasting forever and ever and ever. Da, 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 da. That's what it's going to be. So that's a lot to take in. That's powerful energy. I wish you could just be me for a moment, just a moment, and step into everybody's energy out there. If you watch my channel, you're an animal person. And if you're an animal person through and through and through, and everything that means, there's something about you that is, I don't want to say it's more than something or somebody else. I don't want to say it's better. It's not that. It's deeper. On a different level, it's just deeper. So when we talk about you tapping into your natural self, your natural lion, your natural, because remember, humans are spirit animals too. Your natural maiden that loves so much that she tamed the savage beast. That's your answer to anything you haven't achieved yet. Everything you want to achieve, but you're feeling trapped. You're trapping yourself. Someone else is trying to trap you. Gnaw off their leg to get out of the trap, not your own. But that's it. This is your day. This is your day to get with the program and love yourself to the success that you want. That you know that you're being called to do. You know what? I can't say this any other way. I can't. And the thing is that this time it's going to be a lasting change. A dollar says you start seeing that infinity symbol, the number, or at least the number 8, every dang where. Not because you're looking for it, not because you're expecting it and you're making it and you're calling it into your consciousness. It's not going to be like that. You're going to see it in the strangest places that even you couldn't call it into. Even if you wanted to, you're going to see that. I'm telling you, you're going to have conversations. That's it. That's how you can prove it. All of a sudden, somebody else is going to bring up forever, infinity, that kind of thing. They're people that you just talk to on a daily basis, or it might be a random stranger, but come on now. Anyway, that's where I'm going with all of this. So I love you with all the fire in my heart. And, oh, Joel will kill me if he ever watches this. So let me just say all this now. Please share my videos across all your social channels. Oh gosh, sign up for the forums, wildpackwisdom.com/forums. Pick up your copy of the Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle deck. Whatevs. Really, at the end of the day, you got to get the fire back. You got to set yourself on fire with all the love that there is, which is unlimited. Do with that. Get yourself untrapped, unblocked, unwhatevered, and get going. But above all, what do you got to do? Do good for animals, including yourself, and stay wild.